Hey everyone, welcome back to Iron Cobra and welcome to an analysis video of my M8-8 clear. This is with a collaboration with Nightmu and Nanqi, who are two great CN E0 players who have also been part of using this account. This account is a very whale account, incredibly whale. As you can see, nearly all the 6 stars are pot 4 or above, which is the attack pot. And because we have so little stats, even small stat bonuses from potentials will make an effect, with the exception of Horn, because we didn't have enough money. So I'll be skipping around to the main parts, describing you what's going to be happening. So this is our main deployment situation. We will take Elysium out later, but Elysium was placed there early just to generate DP. Horn and W are positioned to make the most out of their AoE attacks. W can hit the boss, but most importantly, she will target the Berserkers here. In fact, she just launches off the stun. The stun is very important for keeping the heals on Yan so she doesn't die. And Shining, Nightingale, and Telopsis are in the center to make the most out of the ranges. Golden Glow is a bit of a special one. She will be our main DPS for the boss because with her drones and in an upcoming guide I'll put in, she is incredibly powerful, even at E0, because she gets the extra drone from her trait. Just a click, but like way better. Horn is chosen here because her AoE with her skill is incredibly big. And yeah. Regarding ones that haven't been deployed, Surtur was used earlier in the run to proc the first poison early, right here, shown right here. You can see the boss is spitting out poison. And Kafka is used to separate, Kafka and Gravel are used to separate Berserkers in the waves of 2 from each other. So if we have an example, I'll be using a couple of skips here. You see the two Berserkers are coming with my mouse here. You see the 2 Berserkers are coming. I use Kafka to hold off one, so Nyan can deal with them one at a time. And then we'll move on to the phase 2 situation. So everybody got retreated because we didn't need to have extra bodies, so we could heal through the phase 1's poison. So we retreated Nyan, and Golden Glow, who weren't needed as soon as the bosses died. At this point, we can redeploy stuff. So this is the time to deploy Neural. Originally, thought we would deploy Neural earlier, and the reason we would put her earlier is because we want the skill up as soon as possible. But we found that once the boss wakes up from phase 3, we want to place Nyen first and then Neural second, because then the boss will have his targeting priority will switch to Neural first and then Nyen. That means when we place a third operator down, like Surtur, to help do damage, the boss will target Neural and Surtur instead of Nyan, who really needs all the HP she can get to tank Berserkers. And we will see that later. This left Sarkaz here that gets taken care of. Well, I mean, all the other 3 get taken care of by Horn and W, but this left Sarkaz is especially annoying if you leave him alive, which is why we will assassinate him with Golden Glow in a bit. When he comes out, he's not that dangerous alone, but he comes in a position when he starts moving. He comes with all the other large enemies, and just having that extra load is just it's very not fun to play with because they steal all your health, and once the boss wakes up, he'll apply the buff. More on that in a bit. Alright, so as we're approaching the phase 3 awakening, this is when we place Golden Glow to assassinate the Sarkaz. As soon as La Puma is done with her job here, we will retreat La Puma and use the separating thing that I was talking about earlier. As the first Berserker who is in that entanglement of explosions right next to Nyan, the second Berserker who Kafka is standing right on top of will get paused so we can hold him off for a little bit. And we'll do the same thing with actually the exact same pattern with the other Sarkaz dude that's in the back with Gravel right here. Dealing with the enemies one by one is the key here, as Neural only has one target. She's a substitute for Blaze for the people who use Blaze there facing down with their E2 clears, but she only hurts one target, so we need one target there just for pure DPS. So one at a time is the key here. Of course, there will be situations where we'll have more than one, but having more than two is essentially death for Nyan, so we'll be keeping things simple here. Another thing we need to separate the sarcasm is because the front sarcasm here actually heads to the middle blue box on the right. The middle blue box is technically a farther path than the second sarcasm, which will move to the bottom blue box. That's technically closer. So if the two are on the same tile, even if the first one is still in front, Neural, along with the others, will target the one in the back because he's technically closer to his blue box. And generally, since he's the first one's in front, he'll have lower HP. So, and not killing the one with lower HP just increases the damage. So we need to separate those and kill them one by one. Now that the boss has woken up in phase 3, you can see the buff really starts to make a difference. For those of you who didn't know, there's this red aura, which you might have just thought was just cosmetic, is a 20% attack buff to all enemies, and a 20% attack speed buff as well, I believe. Either way, this attack buff becomes very significant because Nyan no longer has the defense to survive with minimal damage against berserkers and throwers. You can see each attack is dealing a lot of damage to Nyan, taking nearly half her HP. Here's Lumhui Surtur, as previously said. The boss, instead of targeting Nyan, will target Neural and Surtur, so Nyan will have all the HP she needs to hold it off. Now that the berserkers deal a lot of damage, we'll be trying to throw as many bodies on them as possible. Gravel was chosen for this. Originally, we wanted to use Waifu for her debuff, but Gravel was chosen because her skill 1's defense buff allows for a very, very quick hold of a lot of the enemies. Even though it diminishes quickly, she can survive 1 or 2 hits from berserkers, and that's all we need to hold the whole position in place. For long enough, at least. We can use W to continue the hold until we have enough DPS for Nyan to hold the last part. Even so, Nyan is barely hanging on the edge of her life here. You can see right here, we're hesitating whether to use Kafka because because the Berserker dies right as he is about to strike Nyan. Like, right here. Like, he's almost done with his attack animation, and then it strikes. So that's a big win for us. It was actually very exciting when we got this. Here we hold off Kafka because Nyan is getting low, and we need all the healers to heal Nyan, and Kafka's just to hold in the stall. This split box also pushes this thrower in the range of Horn. Afterwards. Here's when the position starts to fall. We still use Gravel and to kill all the enemies, and we use Nyan's skill as it's time for her to hold on with as much defense as possible. With all the throwers and the double berserkers, Nyan falls here at the 60th enemy. So, but with the 60th enemy, all the enemies have basically shown up already, and the last two, it's not that hard to hold. We take care of the regeneration guys because if they get out of range, the run is basically over. So Nyan hold on just for that last few seconds for Horn, Neural, and W to take care of it. We use W's skill here to keep Nyan going on for this, and right at 60 out of 66, Nyan falls. Right around now. Here, Horn falls as well, but we have Gravel ready to catch the possessed regenerating dudes, so we can kill them before they leave. Now that the life draining guys are here, they move slowly because their life drain just kind of pauses them in place. Horn gets off one last attack before the Berserker kills her, and we start, and the DPS phase on the boss is going quite well. At this rate, there's about 2 to 3 poison layers striking the whole map, so the healers are having a very hard job. So eventually, Horn getting out here is actually a pretty good idea, since it's one less target needed for Telopsis to heal. Gravel's death and Surtur's retreat were great as well, because now Nightingale and Telopsis can heal everybody who needs the healing. Kafka here was just a stall because we want to kill the last thrower dude. We realize that once it wakes up, the thrower dude is in the range of W's stun, a giant AoE stun on the caster dudes. So with that, that should be a kill. And you can see here, Neural is attacking the back one because the back one actually hits the blue box faster. So the front one kind of just goes. As Golden Glow's kill, which I said is previously said it's really quite powerful, it will finish off the last 1/3 of the HP with the boss with just the skill, as the healers desperately hang on. Solopsis needs to be retreated because otherwise she's going to get killed by the Sarkaz, and as the other enemies fall out of range of Neural and W, we start to retreat them as well. Gravel is there just to be a body to stall the Sarkaz guy until we can kill the boss. And we place Kafka here just because any damage is damage, and we don't know when the boss is just going to escape. However, Golden Glow does finish the job, and as you see here, let's watch it again. Watch the Sarkaz guy at the bottom. The moment the boss dies, his red aura is gone. And if you didn't know, when the boss dies, his poison is gone. His poison immediately ends, and a 20% buff to attack and attack speed to all enemies is also gone. So this is why we waited to place La Pluma, because otherwise she would have died very quickly because of the buff. So now that the boss is dead, we can place La Pluma, and she will finish off the remaining HP of this Sarkaz. And mission accomplished. So that was... I'll let Shining's voice line play out. So that was my analysis of the M8-8 run. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down here or on the original video. I'm always open to what you guys say. I'll try to respond as many as possible. If you enjoyed this, let me know down below. And I'll see y'all guys in the next one.